19. And on tonight's episode of the Late Night Load, we'll look at a few videos of some UFOs, and then we will go and stop them and talk about them. We'll flip through a couple different videos. I'll call out credits to each person as we go. Here's my co-host, Andrew the Wicked Wookie.
Hey.
He is here. We're going to ring some bells and tell some tales. And hopefully, I don't know how long this show will be tonight. The Late Night Load kind of goes depending on how everything treats us. So, yeah. Like I said, I got this phone doohickey hooked up. So we will look at it like this, and we're just going to go through something that's not like going to get us in trouble for watching. This is such a good one. All right, so we'll watch a couple little clips off of this. We won't watch a lot. We're just going to... see how fast we're going through it? We're not even going to watch a whole lot. We want to get to the good, juicy parts. We don't even want to talk to anybody. All right. So... Yo. There it is, right there. Oh, it's super hard to see. There we go. But that's crazy. It's got a really interesting outline. Like most of the usual bells that happen. But this one, what's different about this one is you can see some sort of weird contrail right here. You see my hand moving in front of the thing? So there's like some sort of weird contrail that you can see with this one. All right, so that's an interesting factoid. All right, let's keep moving. See what else we can see. Do we see any motion with it or anything? No, we don't want to hear from you.
What it is.
It seems to me that the likely conclusion here is that the aliens have
Yo, that looks cool. We don't want to see you people.
Yeah, I didn't do anything either. Not picking anything up for weather school.
That's old footage. UFO mania, everybody. That's what we're all here for, right? All right. So, I have a buddy on here. Let's see if we can find him. See if we can find our friend. All right, Secure Team 10 is one of our UFO buddies, and we're going to watch some of his footage, and hopefully he don't flag us. So this footage was compiled by Secure Team, and we're just going to watch it. We're not going to do any audio from it. No audio from it. We're just going to watch, scroll through a little bit, and see some of these UFOs. So this is the one, actually. I just saw this one too. This one was just recently. They were shining a light through it, but the light would stop when the light would hit it, and then it would start up again on the other side of it after it passed it. It was weird. Hey, check that out. That looks like a drone. What do you guys think? You guys think looks like a drone? See, now it doesn't even look like that. It looks like he's just staring at a wall with some vines in front of it. Like, I'm seeing two different versions of the show here. So this is definitely a differentiated. So that's odd. You can also zoom in a little bit too. I just realized that that's something you can do on YouTube. You can zoom in. Look at that. That's just a ball. Wow. So this is the whole experience these people are having.
For many of you, I won't have to explain explain what the TR-3B is?
So a TR-3B, this is the standard UFO everybody sees here in America usually. This is usually the guy, the culprit. It's actually a vehicle that the government, the United States government's known about for over 50 years. Like, and they didn't release publication about it until 2006. So it's one of those interesting things. Thanks, Tyler, once again for all your footage. Ooh, wow. Yo, that's crazy. We're going to zoom in on those. Did you see that? What do you make of this one, Andrew?
It could be that drone. It's possible.
That one has some colors and stuff to
But
it,
that doesn't necessarily. But as you get closer to it, it doesn't have that same shape.
Well, no, let's watch it as we. That's what I'm saying. It's weird.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep watching. Let's keep looking. So, oh, and that's weird too. Crazy. Let's see if I can get a good still. Oh. So that's us. That's us. That's not us. That is not us. So that's definitely a TR-3B. That's clearly,
Yeah.
So I'm not much of a conspiracy guy when we're starting to get what were they saying 5 years ago? Well, how come the footage is always so blurry, and how come we can never clearly see what we're looking at? Well, I'm sorry. That looked pretty clear to me, folks. Okay, thanks, Tyler, for the other graphic image you just showed us. Now, this is just weird. I'm just like, why is there an alien UFO floating in the middle of trees? Like, I don't understand this one. But here's the weird thing. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys about a story I had real quick. Let me jump up here. So one time, me and my wife went to a wedding when my wife's cousin got married, and pretty great guy, him and his wife. We were on our way home from the wedding. We had kid, so we didn't want to stay too long over there. Like it was like 3 states away from where we lived. So we were driving home, and we were going through the state of Wisconsin. We were almost through Wisconsin and back home, and we were on this highway, and then all of a sudden, on the side of the car in the forest, there was this huge, giant, bright, flashing light, and it was in the woods, and it was chasing us. Like it paced our car that we were in. It paced us for like 5 miles, not just for a little bit. Like it paced us for 5 miles, and then we came to a clearing, and it stopped in the middle of the clearing and started whooshing around in a big circle, like it was getting ready to launch up, and then it just disappeared. It didn't launch up. It just disappeared. And then, like 2 minutes later, a cop was pulling us over. It was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked the officer if he saw the lights or anything. He acted like he didn't know what was going on. There was no time skip, no nothing like that, no jump or anything like that, and no lost anything. It was just one of those instances. I thought I'd share that with you. Like, I do have a few UFO instances. I'll tell you another one in a little bit. Whoosh. But this one's definitely an odd case. Like, I just don't get why this one would make movements between trees and stuff like that is. It's unnecessary for it to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that looked more like a helicopter afterwards, too. Like in certain spots. It looks kind of like a helicopter. It's got a red flashing light. But then it's not flashing. It's just...
Yep.
That's all weird. So I don't know, guys. Let's see what else Tyler's got for us. Can you see that? I don't know. That one's way too fuzzy and blurry. Oh, Tyler tries it with all the different spectrums. Let's not get a headache from that, Tyler. Oh, it's a darty dart. Ooh, this game looks fun. That's how they do that. All right, commercials. It's a darty dart UFO. It's one of those long... Oh, that was crazy. It said, I see you too. That's crazy. Andrew.
Yep.
Andrew, you're falling
I'm
asleep on
looking.
me, brother.
No, I'm not falling asleep on you. I'm watching.
Okay. You're being quiet. Come on now. What's your take on it?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's the whole UFO thing is one of those things. You know, you either believe in it or you don't. I personally believe in it. I believe that there are UFOs. I believe that there are aliens. But I also believe that the aliens are smarter than we are. And they've watched us long enough to know that we're dumb. And they know better. They know better anywhere too close to us. So yeah, they're trying to figure us out, but they're trying to do it at arm's distance. There are, as I've said before in the past, my family, there's quite a long history of military service in my family, and my grandfather was in the Canadian Air Force, and I have quite a few friends in the military, in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I know quite a few people that are in the United States Armed Forces too. Couple pilots that have flat out stated that they have seen and experienced UFOs in their aircraft that they can't keep up with, that they can't maneuver the way that these things do. And it goes against every rule of physics that they know and understand.
Yay. New laws.
So, you know, having said that, you know, and I mean, these are people that I've known for a long, long time. And, you know, when a combat pilot looks at you deadpan and says, nothing on this planet can move the way these things do. Like, this is a person who has been in combat. He knows what it's like to be lit up by surface-to-air missiles. He knows he's been through it. And when he looks at you with a deadpan face and he says, these things can turn on a dime, literally on a dime, there is no way in hell it's of this earth. So I mean, all of the different pictures that we see, the videos, yeah, sometimes we can't make it out, but I know for a fact that those are real. Now, whether they're drones, whether they're something from the skunk works, I don't know.
Right.
But
Well, I've also been recently receiving newer theories on where these things might be coming from.
Mhm.
One of the newer theories is that these things aren't coming from outer space.
Mhm.
They're coming from inside the planet.
Yep.
One of the theories that I've been getting is that the reason why they're shaped the way they are and everything is so that they can also travel into water and then into underwater cave systems and stuff fairly easily. They can maneuver and ship, and change their pitch and everything better underwater in that shape. And then, so there's two theories there too. There's either one theory where at one point in time, there were extraterrestrials that came to our Earth and settled in our oceans and found our
So
cave systems and stuff like that.
kind of like the theory of the movie Abyss.
Kind of. And then that would be the aliens coming to Earth. And then there's another theory where some of the humans that originated before the deluge, or in the Bible, what we call the Great Flood, or in my religion, what we call Ragnarok, when those things happened, there were a group of humans that did live on Earth, and there's a theory that one of the groups of humans that lived on Earth was super intelligent. And then another group that lived on Earth was not super intelligent. They were just, Neanderthal or whatever. Well, there's a theory that the super intelligence went to high ground and then dug in for warmth so that they would survive, and that they dug deep enough and far enough to where they found the inside of the earth, and a spot where the inside of the earth was just like living in the top side of the earth. And they built this great city, and they created these UFOs, and they put like cyborgs on the UFOs, and then the cyborgs come up through the water and study us to find out what we're like, because they actually know and don't lie to their people about what's going on, or what, so their whole civilization knows they're on the inside. Oh, I think my wife is home.
Well, one thing I would like to point out is, and I this has come up in chat before, but we'll talk about it again here. That the human race as a whole, if you talk about, we're a herd animal, right? We congregate in groups, we're a herd animal. We're like cattle.
To
Now,
some extent, yes.
To an extent. Now, a person can be intelligent and smart. And you could turn to a person and say, okay, I'm gonna lay it out for you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. There are aliens. This is what they look like. This is what their ships are. And as a person, you could be like, holy crap, but I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're not gonna, now if our government comes on the 6:00 news and divulges all of that kind of information, what do you think's going to happen?
Well, they did it and nothing happened. That was the weird thing, right? So nobody's talking about it, but the admittance happened. It happened. It was legit. They came out. They said it. What the problem was everything else that was on the news at that point in time when they did that was way more important, and people didn't want to hear that. They needed to hear about everything else that was going on the news at that point in time. And that's where they snuck it in on everybody. There's like, because it was like, at that time, it was the beginning of COVID, Orange Man Bad, and riots across the world.
Yep.
Those were the three things. And they tried to go, okay, here's your little distraction. These are real. The CIA admits these are real. Okay. Well, the other three things that were happening at that time on Earth were way more on the scale of urgency and needing to be paid attention to, I think, that they perfectly slid it in to where nobody freaking cared.
But I'm saying, so I get you. I get what you're saying. But my meaning is that if there was a broadcast,
you mean they showing us a map
that the aliens show up and they break into the 6 o'clock news broadcast and they show their face, whatever they show us their faces and everything else. You're not telling me that mass hysteria is not going to break out?
No, I think to a certain extent in certain places of the world, yes, and then in certain places of the world, no. In America, no. There won't be mass hysteria for the fact that we're desensitized. In America, film, Hollywood has completely desensitized us to gore and tragedy to an extreme level.
Yep. No, I would agree with that.
You go to a country where they don't get Hollywood all day, every day, then you would say that country would have a little bit more of a sudden declaration of the notion that they might, I wouldn't say they would lose their sanity or anything, but they would definitely have that notion to question their religious belief. That would be the first thing that would happen. But I would remind everybody that, you know, maybe those aliens have a religion too. And maybe their religion matches one of ours. And maybe once we figure out which one matches, we can all just follow that one. You know?
Yeah. Because, I mean...
That's an awesome, a conceptual idea that could be...
Yes, it is. And I don't disagree. You know, like, honestly, if they were to come on the 6 o'clock news and say, you know, and say aliens are real, show us the pictures, show us the ships, show us all this stuff, would I be shocked as a person? No. Would I be scared? Yeah, I'd definitely be a little on the more uncomfortable side.
Well, I would understand that I just fell on the totem pole, you know, a couple rungs. I would understand that. That would be a clear understanding.
Yeah,
but I would be full of curiosity, man. I'm just telling you.
So, and I agree. I would be curious. I would also be cautious.
Well, yeah,
because even though our, you know, even if our government is hiding this kind of stuff from all of us, whatever government, whatever country you live in, whatever government, if they're withholding this information, they got a reason for it. I'm not saying it's a just reason. I'm not saying it makes sense, but they're doing it for some kind of reasoning.
Definitely.
And I think on a whole, even if you take the COVID-19 pandemic, right? They drip fed how bad the things were for a while, for a couple of months, and then we had
so bad.
But they drip fed us just how bad the situation was for months. And, it's not so bad. Oh, it's not so bad. Oh, well, you know, if everybody stays home for a week, 2 years later, we're still dealing with it. you know, and let's look at the response that people had. Now, when COVID hit up here in Canada, and everything came to a grinding halt, just like it did all over the world, we had people going into stores, panic buying everything on the planet, stocking up everything. Toilet paper was costing more than an ounce of gold was, right? We had
I recall some of these idiocracies happening here in America too.
Yeah, and to me, I'm sitting there going, okay, like, yeah, I get it. Let's buy an extra couple cans of soup, buy an extra can of tomato sauce, right?
Yeah,
but I didn't go nuts, and neither did my wife, right? We didn't go crazy. We didn't, we bought what we needed, and then we would, like they said, go out once a week. So we would buy the groceries that we would need to feed the wife and the kids for a week. And that's how it was. But we had these people who were panic buying. Oh my God, the world's coming to an end. Da, 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 da,
My favorite people.
Yeah.
I love those
and
people.
I am a person who's spent a lot of my life out in the wilderness. I know how to survive on very little. And, and a lot of time, I can't count the number of times in my life where I've looked at my wife and said, can we just pack up and go live in the middle of nowhere? Because seriously, some of this stuff is just not worth it. But just the mass panic that you see in situations like that. And then you have these naive people who don't believe that our government wouldn't lie to us. They would tell us the truth. These are the people that are going to panic. These are the people that are going to freak the F out.
Agreed.
And just go knucking futs because
I like that.
These are the people that are going to freak out. They're the ones that are going to lose their ever-living mind because they drank the Kool-Aid their whole life thinking, my government takes care of me. No, they don't.
The good Kool-Aid, yep. That's what I call it, the good Kool-Aid. The good stuff today. So I tell my brother about is like his parents. So my foster brother, my adopted brother, I love him.
Yeah.
Bless his soul. Love his family. They're all great people, but sometimes his mom and stepdad just do the wildest stuff. Like I can only attribute this to I can't even without saying I can't there's no way to describe this. Okay, so they're very bland people.
Yeah.
They're not lively in any kind of way. They don't even like muscle cars. They don't like loud things. They don't like it's just like he cut down all the trees just so his house won't get hit by a tree. It's just shit like that.
They don't like muscle cars. Well, then they're not gonna like me.
Right. So but my brother on the other hand, oh man, he just annoys the piss out of him. He shows up with his loud roaring engines and all that type of stuff. Fucking hilarious. And I give him shit because his truck's loud, but I don't really care. I honestly really don't. Everybody else in the world does. I could care less. I just know when he's here. Basically is how that works for me. It's like, oh, Steve's here.
Yeah.
I don't flinch or fret about it. So, but So his it's just funny about that. Like, there's those types of people, and they go out and do those things. They do those buy things, or oh my God, I'm infected, and pity me is the woe me, and then 5 hours we got to get an update to make sure she's still alive and blah blah. She's one of those types of people. I'm just totally over it in a sense. I don't know, but it's.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, but it's that's just what you end up with. Those people, those types of people that do those, go out and end up doing those buys that you're talking about, like wasting the fucking whole market just because you heard. It's like, people, please.
Well, and it's again, like you look at the panic buying that went on at the beginning of COVID. Had everybody calm down, take a breath, and let's look at the situation realistically. Okay, yeah. The human race has survived pandemics before.
Yeah, the flu.
We survived. We survived the plague. We survived the Spanish flu. We will survive this. But you don't need to go and build a castle of toilet paper in your living room.
We need to use the great poopa. Oh no.
So again, kind of going back to this of, do I believe extraterrestrial life is real? Yes, I do. Because there's no way in all of the galaxies, in the great expanse of the universe, that we are alone. There's no way. Because are they going to look? Are they going to look like us? Maybe not. Maybe they will. Who knows?
Yesterday's show actually gave us one possibility of why we are where we are and everything like that. Our current living situation could possibly be that we're inside of a black hole.
Yep.
And all the matter and everything that was needed to create a little universe inside of this black hole was magically sucked up all at once. And then, poof, there's our universe. And the black hole, because it's always eating, it's always expanding. Therefore, our universe is always expanding. So maybe God is the black hole, and it's always expanding. I don't know.
Yep.
This is all just me, theorizing from what scientists are kind of pitching right now, and I'm just like, I'm baffled by it because I'm like, well, I'm not against this idea, but can we talk about it a little bit more first?
Yeah, I can't agree more. I'm not like I said, I'm not against the theory of extraterrestrials. I'm not against. And do I believe that extraterrestrials are real? Yeah. And are they coming to this planet? They probably are. But they probably don't really want to make a whole lot of contact with us because we're not exactly the brightest life form in the universe. We haven't figured out how to get off our own planet safely yet. So I don't think they're going to be. I don't think they're going to be all too worried about a whole lot of contact with us.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so either. But I mean, in some sense of it all, though, like contact is maybe okay. So you would have to think. Sometimes these aliens, they come here and they don't know what to expect when they get here, right? So what happens if they get here and they find that we have germs that they can't protect themselves against? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's got to be like one of the big bummers when a extragalactic race or something comes all the way over here just to see us, and then they find out, oh man, we don't have a cure for our people for this. What are we gonna do? You know, like that is a theoried probability. Is a big reason why we haven't made very much contact with any other species. Because when they get here, they do those analyzations. They come down and pick up a cow and a couple people and check them for everything. You know what I mean?
Well, and you know, and that's a completely legitimate thought, is that they're not suited for the environment here on the Earth, or it's not safe for them. And they said, well, you know, hell, it's not worth the. You know, they get here,
Yeah,
they see
exactly.
where we're at, they see where the humans are at, and they go, really? Do we really want to risk this shit?
For this? Oh yeah, no, I get it. That's what I'm saying. Like my
You know,
brain just goes, yeah, I think they're super advanced and everything, but at the same time, I worry.
you know, I think the guys in the spaceship are going, these humans are smart like a toaster, man. Like, why are we fucking around with them?
Toasters. Toasters are a good analogy. I like it.
Yeah, the toaster. You turn it on, it cooks for 30 seconds and shuts off all by itself.
That's my R2D2 sound for you today. Oh, yeah. What am I
Yeah.
looking for?
Yeah, I dropped that nutshell on one of the guys I used to work with years ago. You're working in an auto shop, and he's like, I'm smart. And I'm like, yeah, smart like a toaster. And it kind of stuck.
So yeah, I'm definitely not against like the whole concept of UFOs or anything. I'm more pro than con of any way, and I'm just, my whole theory is like, I just would like to know, or I would like to sit and theorize about what they're actually from, what it's going to take them to get to us and to actually communicate. What if they're subdimensional and they're not fully within our dimensional spectrum, so we can't fully see them, or we
Well,
only see part of them, things like that.
I mean, that's entirely possible, because there is, if you go by physics and you go by, spatial awareness and all the rest of that there is more than just 3 dimensions. And it's entirely possible that they are on a dimensional plane that we don't see them. It's entirely possible that they're so far removed from us that they don't even realize that we're here.
Interesting. That's a good way to look at that, or to think of that in that spectrum of thought. I like that.
I mean, the human race we've fired off transmissions into deep space and we haven't heard anything yet. Well, the possibility is that, sure, okay, we fired the transmission off. It could be, by the time that signal reaches an intelligent race, the signal may be even too weak for them to even pick up.
That's one thing to think about, but the one that I was thinking about is, okay, if we send a signal out, right, and the closest planet that we currently know of is 40 light years away, the closest habitable, life-giving planet that we have a good, steady beat on it. We know it gives life. We just don't know what kind of life or what it looks like.
Yeah, it sits in the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah. So they said that planet right there, we're going to keep an eye on that planet. And that's 40 light years. So if we send a beam of light with information at it, a radio signal or a beam of light at it, it'll take 40 years if we send that beam at the speed of light. But it has to be okay, so it's going to take 40 years. So if we sent that, if we only had those capabilities 50 years ago, that means we're still waiting 30 more years for the signal to come back.
Yep. And
only 10 years. Yeah, because only 10 years have happened for the signal to be replied to. But then that's the big thing is if they reply, is it going to be, what is their reply going to be? Is it going to be them showing up and saying hi? Is it going to be them, just sending us back a message? There's
again,
questions there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like I said, that's if the signal strength is even strong enough after 40 years at the speed of light. That's if the signal is even strong enough for them to pick it up or notice it. That if it's not coming up as background noise.
I could concur on that idea too.
Because, sure, we're putting as much strength power as we can, but we all know that signals degrade over distance. Right? The only reason why cell phones work is because we have satellites in orbit that pick up the signal and transfer it. That's why you can make a phone call around the world.
See.
Because if you were to rely on the transmitter, the actual transmitter in your phone, the best you're going to get is to the horizon. Because if you can't make line of sight with what you're trying to contact, the transmitter's not going to get it there.
Once again,
so,
like I said, I'm right there with you.
I'm not saying do I buy into the concept that the aliens are going to show up and try and invade us? No, I don't buy into that, because seriously, if they wanted to wipe us out, they'd just do it.
Yeah.
Their weaponry, if they can travel across the stars at the speed of light to get here, and they want to take over, they're taking over. There's no way around it.
I'm not denying that. I'm just saying, like, when they get here, there's those chances that when they do get here, they're just not going to find what they thought they were going to find, or they're not going to be happy with their findings.
Yeah, exactly. They may just look at it and go, "What the hell did we think? And what the hell were we thinking coming here?"
Right. That's what I'm saying. Is I don't think they're necessarily going to be completely happy with the end results of what they're going to find when they get to us.
No, and I don't think that they're gonna, if they're coming all this way to take over, well, then they're gonna do it. But odds on probability, we haven't got anything they want, and even if they do, even if there is something that they want from us, they're just gonna take it.
Oh yeah, it's not. They're not asking.
They're not asking.
I agree with
that. They're not here to. They're not asking for anything. If they have the technology to get here, anything they want, they're taking.
Yeah, I'm sure of that.
Like, it's. I'm sorry, but and I mean, Mike, you know this story all too well. It's like the white man coming to North America for the first time. If they wanted it, they took it.
Yeah, sad day.
But I'm right.
Well, yeah, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying, sad day. It's not a happy day for nobody.
Well, it was a happy day for them.
No.
Not necessarily your people, but
pew pew. My brain just goes off on a tangent. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I get it. It's all good. But I just, like I said, it's our people think that
I mean, there's also philosophers that say any species who reaches the level to travel at that kind of a velocity or that kind of a distance has reached the ability to see beyond those types of things. And then once they hit that point, then there's no point to even move or come here. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, you know what? You would think that human greed is something that our species would have already been able to move past, but it's not.
you're right. It's not. I would never try and argue that that it would.
Well,
or
no,
is.
like, you know, I mean, and I'm not saying scholars are wrong. I'm not saying that, you know, if there is intelligent life out there, which there is, you know, they're not going to come all this way. They're not going to come all this way and take us over. Okay, that you know, that's fair. But if there's something that they want, they're going to take it. Because as much as the scholars like to say, you know, they're more advanced or they're more enlightened or whatever, basic greed, basic want, basic whatever is exactly that. It's a basic instinct thing. And it doesn't matter how enlightened you are, it's still there.
Possibly. Show me a vegetarian that wants all the fucking veg. No, I mean, I'm sorry.
Well, again, you know what? That's not a bad analogy because seriously, you can be a vegetarian, but a vegetarian at a barbecue is still going to their mouth is still going to be watering at the smell of that hamburger.
Yeah, and they're gonna hate themselves for it when they get home later. That's
And
okay,
they can't.
though.
That's their call. Me,
I
I'm
don't
gonna eat I'm gonna eat that hamburger.
You're the best. Damn right.
I'm gonna eat that hamburger. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, "Oh my god, it's so good."
No complaints from me. I'm confused on this part though. Oh, I figured it out. That's what they're fucking telling me. I'm such a ditz. I'm a dum-dum. Here we go. We're only 47 minutes into the show tonight. Awesome. We're having a good time. Time's just flying by for us. Hey, guys. Dude, I got we went halvesies with my son on a VR headset.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
Yeah, he likes it. He doesn't get to play it yet, but he likes it.
Is that more like you like it?
Yeah. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. What is it? Yeah, he don't get it until his birthday. He'll get it a couple days before his birthday party so he can play it a couple times. But
nice.
You know, I pulled it out, got it all set up and charged for him, ready to go. So,
and you had to take it out for a test spin. Sure.
Oh, damn right. It's a dad tax right there. That's what that is.
I know. It's like when I took my kids trick-or-treating this year. I told them anything that's got nougat inside. Anything nougat inside is mine. To which my daughter responded, my 7-year-old looked at me and said, "What's nougat?" I said, "Don't worry, you don't need it."
It's the good stuff, kid. It's the good stuff. Ooh, this kid is pretty weird, man. I'm not gonna lie about this.
What's going on? What's it doing?
Oh, I'll show you.
Okay, go to the big screen because that's really small on my screen. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go.
All right.
All right.
So this is the joint. This is the connector. This is the bicep.
Okay.
So this piece goes in here, and then it folds like that.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I say. It's different. This kit's different.
Goddamn Bandai. What are they thinking?
Muv love. So we gotta make it different because it's not Gundam. All right, so I'll show you the next stage once I get it together.
That's pretty cool. Pretty good articulation.
Yeah, I don't know about it. I don't hate it, but at the same time, not in love with it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah, I get
I'm
that.
not going to sugarcoat that part, but there's a few more pieces I got to add to it. But that's the gist of that, or the gist of that. This is what it looks like. What I got going on my table right now, just so you guys can see. We're just over here having a great time, and so I got to grab some small pieces from this one. I need this piece to go here. This piece to go here. Now I gotta grab a different one. B parts. They're called B parts. Turn around and look at these parts. B parts. Yay! Actually, this is a very enjoyable, refreshing build. By the way, like I don't want to take from the build at all and be like, oh, it's horrible. No, this has actually been a new build has been refreshing for me. So
I get that.
that's a good thing. Mm-hmm.
No, I get it, man. That's one of the reasons why, like with me, I build. It's not just Gunpla I build, right? It's other stuff too. I build cars.
Yeah.
I build planes, because you got to keep it. You got to keep it interesting, and if that's how you got to do it, if you got to do it that way, so that you stay into it and stay interested, then yeah, switch it up.
Right. This one. Boop, 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 boop. All right. I'm just saying, like, I feel like the connections for some of these are just, they're weird.
I think it's just you're so used to the Gundam way that maybe just being something different, you're kind of like, oh, it kind of feels weird.
All right, so got a lot of white going on here too.
Not a lot of color separation.
Well, no, the color separation here is the shoulder. It's got color separation. So It's just on the arm. No, there's nothing.
Not really on the arm.
Nothing. So let's see. This arm, if this goes in the front, this goes here. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Need a polycap. Polycap A. A lot of those. Not good.
Insert tab A into slot B.
They're like, they've got texture, the balls.
Yeah.
They've got texture. So when you put them in their sockets, they hold better. But here you go. That's the first arm. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? Interesting. All right. Let's get back into it though. Let's go check out some a couple more UFO things. Let's get off this video. Yeah, skanky video. See. What? Oh no, get out there. Oh, let's see. What is it? There's a whole bunch of things to search for. Of course, we got all these things. It just pops up like crazy now. Before, you used to have to dig, like really dig for this type of stuff. All right. This video comes from Homestead How. And they're going to be talking about what they saw. What the fuck? Did you see this?
Every night, I've been going out in the middle of the night and wandering around in the woods in the dark with my tripod and my camera, trying to get a shot of the Milky Way. Last night it was too cloudy, I couldn't see the Milky Way, so I tried to get some of these cool shots of the house. I tried to do a time lapse where I set the camera up, and I literally, this is 700 pictures of our house. Look, here's a close-up. Can you see it on there? Show it on the screen. I'll show it on the screen. You can see the stars, and you can see the clouds, and the clouds are moving. And then I combine the 700 pictures together to make a video. While I was doing this, something flew overhead, and I got shots of it on here. So now I'm going to show the girls this. We also woke up, and I was to show that thing out there. Our little screened-in porch, that's like my base camp, where I set up my camera equipment. I got my extra batteries and stuff. We woke up this morning, and it was flipped over in the driveway, which is crazy because there was no storm last night. There was no rain. It wasn't windy out at all. So I think the aliens attacked us. There's aliens. It's basically UFOs. So look at this.
Short story, Jack got abducted by aliens when he was a little girl.
Yeah, when I was a little girl, I got abducted by aliens. Wait, let's see. Alyssa, you go back there so Katie can see this now, because I want to see what you guys think of this. You're going to say I'm crazy, you're going to say it's something. I just want an explanation for what it is.
Come on, more Katie. Just so you know, I this one.
Now I have to find it because there's 800 of them.
Wait,
Okay, here we go. This was one of the last ones, and now, Alyssa, can you see the screen okay? I can show it on screen, but is it bright enough? Do you need to do this? Okay, I'll just show it on screen. Here's number one. Katie, watch. Yeah, I do.
Keep going.
What is that? I swear to God, I did not edit that. This that look like an airplane to you?
No, it looks like a
helicopter, a drone?
It looks like a
It's not my drone.
It looks like
Okay,
a light
watch.
where a stick would
Watch.
be.
Here's where it gets scary. Watch this. Watch.
Oh, shoot.
Look at the light coming off.
I'm up. I
I showed this to Alyssa a while ago. She's like, oh, you faked it. Like, what? What did I fake?
You yeeted it up in the air.
What? There's lights coming off. There's like a spotlight. It's trying to find me again.
Or the government's gonna come murder us.
That's it.
If we don't post
Look
any
at you.
videos,
It's
we're dead.
Okay, so now we're going to zoom in too. I showed this to Mom and she said,
That's just crazy.
I showed it to Chad. I showed it to Chad.
Wait until he zooms in.
Chad, they have all this stuff on TV now about how there's unidentified flying objects. And Mom just says, and now I catch one on camera, on our property, right overhead.
She's an alien.
Okay, let's crop it. So this camera is a very nice camera and it's very high resolution.
I'm girl skeptical as fuck.
They'll say, oh, zoom into the security tape, it's all grainy and then it becomes clear. This is actually clear because it's like a 10 million, 1 million megapixel camera or something. So we should.
This is crazy. So we're reporting this live. Who's watching this?
Okay, look, here we're going to edit, and then we're going to click crop, and we're going to go in closer to see what it looks like closer. So we're going to crop like that. If nothing else, this is a cool shot. You can see the house and the stars. Okay, crop.
Oh, what the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh, there's little lights. There's little lights.
I'll show this on the screen too. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot.
Oh my gosh, Dexter freaking moved.
This is live?
No, this is not live, but this is them. He's getting their live reactions. They're recording it, but he's getting their live reactions. And he caught this. He filmed this.
Well, again, like I said, they're real,
Right.
but they don't want anything to do with us.
No, so that's just another interesting incident where, like, we, just to add more to the pile of topic of conversation and stuff is like,
Oh,
hey,
absolutely.
this is what it looks like, what it do. And while we were just watching that video, I got the rest of this piece put together. But yeah, man, like I watch this stuff all the time, so I'm just pulling up videos for you guys to see and to share with you guys. Like, I'm not a disbeliever at all. I'm just one of those guys that I like to go from one spot to another and check it out. We got Diggs BTW7 over on Twitch. Hey, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. We build Gunpla and we talk about paranormal activity. That's what we do on this. It's called the Late Night Load. Thanks for stopping in. My name's Web C from Web C Official, and this is my co-host, the Wicked Wookie. And yeah, right now I just I built this. It's from the show called Muv Love. So this is my first robot from that show. It's pretty good so far. So when I'm not streaming on Twitch as a model builder, I do play the Call of Duty mobile game on Twitch, and I play a couple of those other games that I was showcasing earlier in the other show. I play a few of those as well on Twitch. So those are some of the other things I do. Looking for these fingers. This is so great.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about it, but what's up?
Yeah, I'm totally down with the whole alien life, just not wanting anything to do with us.
Yeah, I asked my missus years ago. I asked her, I said, hey, if the aliens ever come and they tell us they want us to come with them, would you come with me and go? She's like, what? I was like, I'm going. She's like, well, I don't want you to leave me. I was like, well, so I was like, I guess we're both going. So the conversation solved, right?
End a conversation right there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's about it. That's what it looks like over here. Uh-huh. Oh, don't need to see that or that or that. We come over here and look at this real quick though. Boom. All right. The Late Night Load, a show where the team talks and reviews paranormal videos and stories shared around the world. Join us Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and Sunday at 10:30 to 2 a.m. All right, so that 10:30 start time is not like set in stone at all, you guys. Sometimes it's midnight, sometimes it's 11, but I guarantee we go between 2 to 3 hours during that time period for this show, usually on a Friday night. Unless it's just, we're not feeling it for the day. So but that's how we do that. But here, we'll look at this for a minute. This is the insides of the new full mechanics aerial Gundam. I'm not too upset about it. I ain't mad at that.
No, doesn't look too bad.
I need to go get a drink refresher. I shall return.
Alrighty.
Like, that is super cool.
Yeah, it is pretty in depth. And as far as any of you guys go that are watching us, let us know down in the comments what you're thinking. Let us know what you think about our conversation, our thoughts. Share your thoughts. Let us know what you're thinking. Are we completely crazy? Are we out to lunch? Let us know.
And how? Now I'm back. We are having a great time. I'm looking at the leg parts now for this kit. Interesting. I did put the hands on too, by the way. They're just
Yep.
little white hands.
Okay.
They have a 360 spin rotation and they swivel a little bit. So they swivel like this and they spin like this. There you go. All right, so the arms are done. Arms are done. Arms are done. Woo-hoo. I suppose I take all these parts and separate them left and right? There's a piece for each. There's a piece for each. There's a piece for each of us. Yeah, I've been watching a whole bunch of crazy TV shows lately just to get my mind off of things. A couple TV shows I discovered. One of them is America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
It's the worst show ever, but I just can't stop watching it.
It's like watching a train wreck, man. It's like,
You can be a part of it.
you know what? I got to admit, with my wife and my kids, we've watched that for years, and some
Okay.
of it's great, some of it's good. You know, like
Oh,
some of
God.
the acts have been good and been pretty impressive, and then others it's just like watching a dumpster fire. It's just like it's
Oh yeah,
like
they had that
serious.
one dude on there that was like a total dumpster fire. Ebert or something like that.
Yeah,
Oh
something
my
like that.
That dude's total dumpster fire.
And I mean I'm down for people doing what they love, and I mean I do this, right? I do the models, and I'm totally down for people doing what they love, but sometimes there are certain things that just need to stay at home.
Somebody wasn't honest with that person.
Yeah.
That's all. That's what I think. Dude, I don't know. Sometimes I think I can sing, and sometimes I think I can't. So,
Oh, I know I can't sing, and therefore I don't try.
oh, sad day. The letter K. No.
Brought to you by the letter K.
And then.
And then.
And then.
No, and then.
Well,
It's kind of like no soup for you. No.
Say that again. You're out of luck in the soup department. No
Yeah,
soup for you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Knowing-
so
knowing
super
our-
hilarious.
Knowing our luck, we're gonna get copyright strike for that. But hey, whatever.
Oh no, screw those people. It's a joke. So here's the deal with that specific joke. What's so great about it, okay, is like the joke originates on one show, and then
Yep.
20 years later carries over on another show so
Yep.
amazingly well. Like, I'm just like,
Yep.
aha, yes. I don't think it was that far apart, but it felt like it was a 20-year gap between the two shows and the times on the show and stuff. Oh, it's just so
Yep.
perfect.
Yeah. And it's still funny.
It sure is. Gives me a good chuckle.
It's like Ross and Rachel. We were on a break. It's still funny.
No. You lost me there.
It's still funny.
I don't do Ross and Rachel. It's not that I didn't like Friends. I just didn't like Ross and Rachel.
No, I get that.
Ross kind of
I just like the whole
gave
concept of screaming at my partner. We were on a break. Just
the Ross dude just gave me creeper vibes for that show.
He just needed. He needed the white panel.
Dude.
He needed the white panel van and the pedo stash.
Yeah, he'd have been set. Oh, excuse me. I burped. You can't be doing that. Watch me. All right. I'm just going to nip it. Nip it good. I am sorting parts for legs. That's what I'm doing right now. Because I find that this kit is just enjoyable to just put together. One limb at a time. Like that Johnny Cash song. I'm going to put it together one piece at a time. That song? I like that song. That's a good song. Ask me what it was.
How can you not like? How can a person not like Johnny Cash?
There are some people.
No, I get it. I mean, I realize that, because I'm one of those people I can listen to just about anything and be totally happy. Yeah, I have my preferred genres of music, but I can listen to everything.
Sweet.
And but there are some people out there that, you know what, Johnny Cash may not be everybody's cup of tea, but you got to admit that the man was talented.
Beyond compare. Well, he was. There's just, some people would argue the same thing with Johnny Cash as they would with Elvis Presley.
You know what? Elvis Presley's not my cup of tea. I really don't care
Right.
for his music, but the man was immensely talented.
Oh, yeah. I don't knock his talent. I'm just saying, when it came to Elvis and Mr. Pelvis, my whole thing with it was a lot of people, attributed him to stealing music from others.
I don't think he stole music from other people.
But what it was he took a group of people's music and brought it into the limelight so it would be exposed to more people.
Yeah.
Okay, is what he really did. But he got a bad rap for doing it. A whole bunch of people, it backfired on him pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
In that sense, it took him a long time to recover from that.
Again, like I said, Elvis, his music is not necessarily my cup of tea, but I do recognize how much talent the man did have, and how much he influenced modern music. A lot of people say, I've heard a lot of music people being like, oh, I can't stand, classical or this or that. I'm like, well, it all came from that. So if you like modern music, then you got to go back to the originals, and that's all goes back to that.
I could see that.
It's funny because my 13-year-old daughter has a bunch of friends who they like bands that I liked when I was a teenager. And they're like, oh yeah.
Yep.
They go off about, oh, how cool would it be to see this person in concert or this band in concert? And it's like, yeah, I've seen that band in concert 3 times. And then they stop and they stop dead and they look at you and they're like, what? No way.
You're a guitar god.
Yeah. Well, it's like, one of my daughter's best friend, she's a big Nirvana fan, and I only ever saw Nirvana once. Sorry. Yeah. I saw them play once, and yeah, it was a good show. It was a fun show. But I mean, saw them the once, and it was like, okay, cool. One day I was giving my daughter and her friend a ride to the mall, and they were like, music came up, and the conversation of music came up, and they asked me, have you ever been to any concerts? And I'm like, name a band and I'll tell you whether I haven't or have seen them. And majority of the bands that they were naming, it's like, yeah, I saw them.
Yeah, my kids have a like for some of the music and stuff from our childhood and up. And then there's also some points where they're just like, nah, I don't really like that one. Or,
And you
know
what?
That
music
feeling.
And music is totally personal, right? I mean, there's no right or wrong answer when it comes to music. Music is a thing that you either feel it or you don't. And if you're not feeling it, then it's not the thing for you.
Oh, right.
I freely admit I listen to a lot of rock and heavy metal and stuff like that, and when I listen to that stuff, and it's like I feel it deep inside me. It resonates with me on some level, and
Yeah,
if it doesn't,
it's primal, man. It's programmed that way. It's primal.
yeah. And if you don't, and that's why I say, if music doesn't make you feel something, right? Like, because music is emotion, or at least that's how I feel about it. And if you're listening to music and you're not feeling anything, like it's just then it's obviously not the right kind of music for you.
Yeah, I could agree with that sentiment or that type of feeling towards music. I could agree with that. That's a very solid standing point of thought in that subject because I, I like rap. I like a lot of
Yep.
hip hop and stuff, but there's a lot of music that's rap and hip hop that I don't. My brain just I'll hear certain words and my brain will just shut off from it. Like my brain just, you know what? I don't really like this song. I don't
Yep.
know what it is about that specific song, but I'll just hear something in my brain. I'll be like, nah, man, we good. We don't need to listen to this person. Or, and it's nothing like against the person because my brain just doesn't even know I don't like this song. It's just, I'm going, yeah, I could do without. Or I feel like I'm damaging my brain cells listening to this person speak.
Yep. And
But I feel that way. I have this feeling with current hip hop, and with current rock and heavy metal too, though,
mm-hmm.
which is weird. I don't know why rock is giving me those same like nonchalanting vibe.
Because again, like I said, it's just not doing it for you. Whatever it is, there's something about that particular artist or whatever that just doesn't resonate with you. And it's not right or wrong. It's just it is how you feel. And I mean, I've
Mm-hmm.
there's my wife is a big rap and hip hop fan. But you know what? I can listen to her music. Like she can be jamming out to the music. She's cleaning house or whatever, and she's doing her she's got her tunes on, and that's cool. Like I get it, and she just gets in that groove and she does her thing. And I totally understand because I can do that myself. I get that way myself.
Yeah.
But there are artists out there, like I'm not a huge rap guy, but I can tell you right now, like people that have been in the rap game for 20, 30 years, you're damn right I have those guys because they've been there. They've done it.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I'm not a super big rap guy, but it's like, you got to admit that, obviously artists like Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre, and even to that extent Eminem, you got to give them credit because they've been in this game a long, long time, and they've made a hell of an impact in the industry.
Oh fuck.
That's not a good sound.
These are fucking tiny.
Oh, tiny, tiny, tiny.
And there's two of them. Kitty.
Yeah, it's the resident furball is telling me that it's time for me to pay attention.
Those things happen from time to time. I feel like I'm still missing pieces. Yes, I am.
Oh, they're there. You just got to find them.
Yeah. I think that leg is done. All right. It's a weird looking leg. Hold on.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is kind of a weird leg. Oh, it's double jointed, though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Get some pretty crazy articulation out of that.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I'm liking the leg. So, leg articulation's looking pretty nice. Every piece is every piece. Okay, so before we get too far ahead of ourselves, we're going to put this piece where it belongs. In its home. All right. So it's a pretty intriguing kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like it's pretty cool.
I would probably buy another one. Like, to give you the idea of how much I'm enjoying this build. If they have more,
No,
I'll buy it.
And that says enough right there that if you're gonna buy it, if you would buy a second kit, then yeah, it's worth definitely checking out.
Yeah, it's been a real fun, relaxing. Nothing too critical for this build.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all the parts the polycaps are really nice, snug fitting,
Mm-hmm.
and they're textured. All of them are textured. You know, like Gundam is smooth. Like usually Gundam has smooth polycaps. These
Yep.
ones are all well textured. And I kind of like that.
Well,
What do we got
my
here?
recent build that I've got here on the table is the master
Word.
grade Zephyrite, the full burner. Picked the kit up
Yeah.
at my local store. They had it. I snagged it when it was cheap because I don't know. I felt like doing one, and price was right. I realize it's an older master grade and it's not going to be perfect, but so far it's been just the right kind of build. It's been not super complex, nothing crazy. but it's been fun and it's been relaxing, and that's the whole point of this hobby, is for us to chill and vibe and create.
Yeah, I agree. I concur. All right. Now we got to go to another section. Build that section up. Can't go any further without it. This foot is very weird. I ain't gonna lie to you. But it's good weird. It's different weird. Good weird. So I'm pretty excited about the new Spider-Man movie that's coming up.
Yep.
The Miles Morales sequel. I'm really happy
Yep.
about that. I really like the Miles Morales character. I don't know why. I just do. And so I hope they keep his character alive for a long time. Like, I like Peter Parker too, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with Peter Parker. I just something about the Miles character, you know? He just really
No, I
grew
get
on me.
I
He really
get it.
grew on me as a character. So he's fun. Yeah. Then we got two legs.
Woohoo!
So yeah, it's like once you build one, you know, it's pretty Gundam like. Once you build one, the other one falls in place.
Yep.
Type of deal. So I need to take stretch. Stretch. To the back. Oh.
I hear you, man. I mean, I enjoy our chats. I enjoy hanging out together. Oh, but sometimes it's like that stretch and you go snap, crackle, pop. Oh.
Exactly. Oh, all right. So, are you ready for my next UFO story that happened to me?
Absolutely. Hit me.
All right. So, one time I was up north with my foster parents, my adopted parents. They adopted me. So I go up there. We went camping way up north near the Canadian border, like, you know, where there's no civilization. It's like forest, like 20 miles in every direction, forest, right? Well, we get up there and we're gonna go out and watch the northern lights come down from the north end of the lake, because that's how far up we were. We could see that stuff. And my foster dad, he points up. He's like, look directly above us. And I was like, why? He's like, look at those stars. He's like, those stars don't look right. Well, apparently, like 7 UFOs came in and had a meeting, and we watched them all fly away.
Wow.
After their little like 10-minute meeting, there was like 10 minutes where they all stopped and talked with each other, and then they all flew away. And we watched, you know, so we watched them come in. They like flew in this weird V-shaped pattern, and then they all just disappeared again. So that was one of my younger experiences with UFOs. And then I was a little younger than that. I have another one. I was a little younger than that, and I got a funny mark on my arm from it. Yep. They took me, turned me into a test subject. But then, I don't know. I've been, like, they've scanned me and everything. They've never found any weird anomalies. But so I imagine that this scar is just from them taking DNA. I don't think
Could be.
I don't think they're putting anything in me. I think wherever they got whatever to track me or whatever, they don't need that. I know that sounds. Oh no! Don't say things like that. But no, I mean, like, seriously, like, don't worry. But it's just in my opinion, I feel like they don't. they don't need to track me that way. They've
No,
got some other
I
way
get
of
it.
tracking me. So it's kind of crazy.
See, I don't have any crazy stories that personally, like I haven't ever seen a UFO in the sky or anything like that. I don't have any crazy stories like that. But what I do have are some pretty freaking coincidental happenings that, to me, just kind of signify that there's something more out there than we know. I was a teenager. I was probably about 14 or 15, and me and my best friend, we were, and his family, we were out camping. And one night, me and my buddy, we were like, oh, we're gonna go for a walk. So we went walking around the campsite, and we took a couple of the hiking trails, and all of a sudden we're just walking down the trail, and we're talking away, and our flashlights go dead, his light goes dead, my light goes dead, and we're like, okay, that's really weird that they both went dead like instantly. And I looked at my buddy, and he looked at me, and I'm like, my gut's telling me that we need to get the hell out of here, like right now. And my buddy's like, yeah, we need to go now. So we took off, head back for the camp. And I don't know what it was, but something in my gut told me to get the hell out of there. We didn't find out until weeks later, but apparently UFOs were seen in the sky that night.
Oh, wow.
Now, as I said, we never saw anything. I never saw anything. But it just kind of seems like a coincidence that my best friend's flashlight goes dead, mine goes dead, and we both get the same gut instinct of time to get the F out of Dodge at the same time.
Yeah.
And we've been and this is a place that me and him had been camping there together years and years and years, and neither one of us had ever had a feeling like that before. Right, so it wasn't like, so it wasn't like it was an unknown place for us or something like that. Like, we knew the terrain, we knew the place. Just all of a sudden, both of our guts said, "Time to go." So that's the closest I have to a UFO story.
Great. That sounds pretty cool. Oh, was this one supposed to go in first? Then I've always been fascinated by the concept and the idea, like that's one thing that's always led me in that direction. Like, I've always felt compelled to look in that direction.
I think for me, it's it's part of the quest for knowledge. Like, I have always wanted to know. It's that quest for wanting to know and understand. And, as I said, a person is smart, but people tend to be dumb, panicky animals. And I'm kind of like, I'm that person. I can handle it. You can tell me. Because I want to know. I want to know the truth.
I feel like I'm the dumb, panicky animal. What you got? What you got? What you got? What you got?
Yeah.
Show
Squirrel.
me now. But in that positive sense, you know what I mean? Like,
No, I get it. I get it.
okay. There's lots of parts in here that I don't have a clue where they go yet. L I. B. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I smell something really stinky. Well, hello there. Let's see here. It's a giggity giggity. This is cool. I like this. The neck. Let me get your screen to look at here. The neck is a rubber piece made of, and then there's 4 plastic pieces that surround it on the outside.
Oh, cool.
As long as I don't fucking drop them. Jesus Christ. They just don't want to go together, though.
It's those finicky little pieces.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. No.
So what you're trying to say is now you're starting to get mad at it.
Well, this chess piece that I'm building or whatever just doesn't make any damn sense.
That's fair.
I beat Pokemon Scarlet.
Oh, cool.
By the way, everybody that was watching me work on Pokemon and watching me out during the late night while I was playing Pokemon Scarlet, I beat it. It was good. It had a good ending. I did not beat it on live because I didn't want to spoil for anybody. I didn't want to be one of those guys that was, oh, you spoiled it for us. I didn't want to have that problem. So, no, I did not beat it live because I didn't want you guys to get upset with me and ban me from the community. So that's still a surprise if you haven't beaten it and nobody else has spoiled it.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask a dumb Pokemon question because I don't understand. So this can you explain to me what happened to the original Pokemon trainer Ash? Like what happened? Where did he go?
What do you mean?
Like in the cartoon series he was there and then all of a sudden it was a bunch of different characters.
Oh, well, they explained that Ash's story is coming to an end, but in the process, they needed to introduce a bunch of new characters and give you new people to fall in love with. So,
Oh, okay.
pretty standard. Um, that whole thing is Ash's story has pretty much run its course.
Yeah.
It's not saying Ash's story sucks or anything. It's saying no, Ash had a long story. It's done now, and we all loved Ash, and I think his story played very well. And I need parts from D's nuts. So yeah. This is A.
Okay, so I didn't miss like any like giant like plot line story thing. He just
Well,
there.
Ash becomes a master. Like in the newest series, Ash is now a master.
Okay.
So he fulfilled his dream to become a Pokemon master.
Okay.
So that's where Ash is where it's all kind of left off for him and
Okay.
stuff is in the storyline and like what you're asking is so he did his thing, right? And just like how they slowly changed out Brock and Misty and those guys ended up becoming like their own masters of their own things too, because that's what they had originally
what they
set
were.
out with Ash to do, is to become masters of their fields, right?
Right.
So that happened. That's all real. It's a thing.
Okay, so I didn't miss like some giant plot hole or plot line.
No.
I just okay.
The last series Ash is in though, this newest one that they're ending his stuff with, he ages. He finally ages. So I would at least, if you don't want to feel like you're missing anything, I would give it a quick watch and just watch that whole explanation there, because I don't know that part yet. That's just all. I'm still lost on all that.
Okay, so I'm not the only one then.
So yeah, because he ages, and I don't know what their reasoning or whatever they're going to give us behind that part is.
Okay. Here I was thinking like, did I miss a character death or something? He's just not around anymore.
Here's the one thing I want to talk about that I think nobody's talking about in the entire Pokemon universe. And I'm going to get up here on the big screen, put my hat backwards like Ash and everything. We got to talk about this. Ash Ketchum's stepdad. We got to talk about that guy. How's his mom going? Just straight up outright be with Mr. Mime. Like, Ash's stepdad is a Pokemon. Come on, guys. Think about that. For me, I had to point that out. I'm sorry.
No, hey, I get it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Not cool, not cool. Oh.
No, that's not good.
Oh, it's the cry of 1,000 cries, my friend.
That's the carpet monster just ate a part, didn't it?
My friend, that carpet monster didn't just eat a part.
It ate a critical part.
It's a tiny little blue piece. It's clear and plastic.
That's never good.
We ain't finding that thing. It's gone.
Let me guess, you're going to be pulling out the vacuum here in a minute, looking for it.
No, I got this.
Oh, that was bright.
Yeah. Well, I don't see it. It's a tiny, itty bitty blue piece.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there was a UFO in your living room there, man. Just fucking.
Found it. I found it.
Don't drop it again.
I got a leg cramp right in the middle of finding it too. This isn't cool. Oh no! Oh come on, leg.
You're like, no, not now.
Yeah, right. Don't do this. Stupid leg. That was hard. All right. I'll light up. Turn that off. Oh no! Oh no! That hurt. That hurt a lot. All right, tweezers. Don't fail me now. Whew! I pulled on my computer a little bit. Everybody still there? Y'all still good?
Oh, I'm still here.
So here's how small that part is.
Yeah, that's
That I
pretty
just
freaking
lost.
little.
Let me zoom out for you.
Yeah.
Ah, my leg. Ah, why is it doing this? That's what I get for. Owie. Oh, it's not cool. That's always.
All right. Maybe that's the sign of the end.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes. We got 8 minutes. Don't worry.
Power through.
I know, right? Oh, it's one of those ones. I know what's going on. So this is part of what's wrong with me. I'm having one of my spasms. Hold on. It's not cool. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, I get it.
I don't want you guys to really see this on TV, so I'm gonna. Andrew's gonna be up there.
Oh, great. I'm sure they really want to see my ugly face.
Oh yeah, but they don't want to see this either.
Yeah.
Oh.
For those of you who don't have physical issues, count yourself lucky. Because when you get old, you'll get broken. And when you get broken, you end up like me and him.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good. And the only thing, it's like, okay, it's like getting a Charlie horse, but it's worse. Because it's like
Much
all
worse.
your muscles are trying to tear off your bones. There's nothing you can do about it.
No, I know that. I know that feeling of pain. Trust me.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
No, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
Yeah, it will never be cool.
I haven't had one of these in a couple months, so it's like, yeah, you're due. Oh, you're due, buddy. Well, hey, everybody, we've had a great show, and thanks for joining us here at the Late Night Load for episode 19. And we love having you guys. We love doing this. We don't always pull out our gunpla for the Late Night Load, but when we just get off into rants and talking about the things that we're talking about, it's cool. Totally good. It's kind of what I want this show to more be like, is the first few minutes of the show, we look at some footage and stuff to get us creatively sparked. And if we get a little sidetracked or something, we go back to the footage and, but this has been it's been a good show. And I can't, it hurts so bad. It's funny, man.
It hurts.
Yeah, it's not cool. So
Yeah.
somebody else just tuned in and we're getting ready to sign out there. I'm sorry, buddy. Who's this? Where are they at? I'm gonna give them a hard time. Oh, they're over on YouTube. Yeah, we're just getting ready to sign out. But if you guys haven't already, get over there to your local hobby shop and pick up one of these cool kits from Model Love. Because, man, I have a fun time playing around with all this plastic tonight. Here, I'll show you the front cover. There you go. Get over there. Check that out. That's what I'm building. So go on and get over to your local hobby shop. Pick up a Model Love. Dude, I only paid $30 for this kit.
That's
It was
awesome.
actually a gift to me. It was a gift to me from my neighbors who I babysit their kids and stuff in the wintertime for a week and a
Nice.
half, 2 weeks sometimes. And they always try to give me like something nice for doing it for them. And I try to tell them like, I don't need anything. You're my friends. I just want to, want you to know like I'm trying not to kill your cats. Okay, like I don't
Yeah.
know how else to say it. Like I'm not really, you know. But so they decided to give me a gift card to my local hobby shop, and I went down there and I needed some paint thinner, and I was like, well, I got some cash and I got this gift card, so I can go get everything I need. I got all the supplies to finish up a diorama. I got this Mud Love kit, and I got my paint thinner. So we're gonna have a blast come time to when I get done with this. The next thing on schedule after I do this Mud Love build is the full armor Gundam Verka is going to get a top coat and water slides and a top coat. So 2 top coats with water slides between. So that's what I'm going to be doing next after this. So next week you'll see me working on small parts, different parts of the full armor Gundam, getting it all fancy dancy up. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on with me in the whole scheme of things. How about you, Mr. Andrew?
You know what? With right now, I've got this full burner kit, and I'm gonna keep plugging away on it. I'm gonna sand it up, get it in some primer, and then start going to town on it. So I'm gonna be doing some paint and doing some customization, maybe doing some battle damage.
Sounds
That's
good.
that's my plan.
Woohoo! So all right, here we go. The end of the show. Yeah. And graphics. Just so you guys know, if you're not on YouTube or you don't have us connected to your YouTube yet, go ahead and scan this QR code. It'll bring you right to the YouTube page where you can subscribe, like, and leave all the comments you want to help us out. And then if you're into Gunpla, come on over to Kip Ash Gundam on the Late Night Load. And here on Facebook, this QR code will register you with us at Kip Ash Gundam, where we host competitions and build-offs of the like. We're just about to finish out one and move into another. So you guys go ahead and hit that QR code, and we will see you next time at the Late Night Load.